Hello, I'm Jeremy, and welcome back to Jeremy U's Music Reviews. I listen to music and you hear my thoughts. And welcome to Grab Bag number 3, Albums Edition. I've done 2 grab bags on songs, but today I switched it up and I'm doing a grab bag all about albums. You sent me your albums, so let's see what I think of them.
Just have to love myself, don't need nobody else to tell me let's compromise without wishing well.
I did not know what to expect when listening to Spectres, but after listening, I have to say it's really good. Spectres reminds me of Tribe by Bass and J. Cole, in that, like that song, the album manages to be both incredibly relaxing and incredibly catchy at the same time. The opening track, Bouquet, has a lovely tropical vibe, some really cool production touches, and relaxing synthesized vocals. Empty is an incredibly bassy banger with an infectious groove, boisterous and emotional vocals, and really cool clapping. Wishing Well has an incredibly relaxing, lo-fi-like quality with incredibly soothing production, soft vocals, and nice soft bass drums. Face to Face is incredibly catchy and melodic with incredibly toe-tapping, glitchy production and infectious vocals. Voicemail has an energetic beat that's still really calming. Lies in Their Blood is enjoyably sinister and cool. Last Words is really catchy and cool, and Sleepless is an enjoyably catchy closer with a nice and soft atmosphere reminding me of a sunset. Spectres is just a really cool album. It's incredibly soothing, catchy, fun, and a good introduction to No Straight Answer. If you're into lo-fi, glitchy electronic music or are interested in finding new music, give Spectres a listen. It's definitely an album I'll be returning to. What the hell did I just listen to? No, seriously, I have no idea what on earth that was. Every single inch of Brother by Tom Sawyer is pure, unadulterated madness, to the point where this thing barely even qualifies as music. Intro, Apology to Flex Entertainment, is just an instrumental tune that's kind of annoying but still tolerable. The outro is the same but a little better, and the rest of the tracks, not even kidding, are just beats of already existing songs, increased in intensity, and the singing replaced with a weird alien voice repeating the title ad nauseum. That is it. This thing is a troll record. Literally the only way I was even able to listen to it was a video of the full album, which I put a link to in the description. And you want to know the best part? Not only is most of Tom Sawyer's discography pretty much just this, but according to the Flex Entertainment Wiki, Tom Sawyer is one of the most universally despised musicians out there right now. His album, Daddy, has a score of 3 out of 100 on Album of the Year from 52 ratings and a 1.40 out of 5 on Rate Your Music from 11 ratings. In fact, Tom Sawyer's Daddy is not only the lowest rated album of 2019, but also the lowest rated album of all time on Album of the Year. Almost every reviewer on both sites criticized the album for its laziness and repetitive nature, as he almost always just repeats the song title over and over again for the entire song. He was so bad that Flex Entertainment kicked him from their label due to how embarrassing he was for their public image. And he appeared on a song called I Read Lots of Fan Fiction, along with people named Lil Meerkat and Lil Body Pillow.
What the fuck?
Tom Sawyer is the kind of bad artist who needs to be studied. I have not seen an artist this uniquely bad in a long time. I honestly don't know how to end this segment, so let's just move on. Also, Pull Up is honestly a pretty enjoyable track. I have never played The Binding of Isaac. I've heard good things, but it just doesn't really look like a game I would enjoy. However, the soundtrack album for its DLC attachment, The Binding of Isaac Repentance, is a solid collection of atmospheric instrumental tunes. The opening track, Genesis Retake Light, is really cool, with a very menacing vibe that's also very comforting, and has some really cool production touches. Fisher's Minds has some really cool drums and has an enjoyably intense flair. Walls of Denial Mausoleum is incredibly lively, has enjoyably creepy whisper vocals, and the guitars rule. The drums on River of Despair Downpour are absolutely killer, and the atmosphere is incredibly potent. Super Secret is enjoyably eerie and gives me some Stanley Parable vibes. Dross has some incredible guitar work, and I like the water dripping sounds. Stargazer Planetarium is appropriately cosmic and still has a creepy atmospheric vibe. Dread the Calm Twisted is incredibly cool. Morticide Corpse Fight has incredibly energetic and rockin' production, nice pianos, and enjoyably soft screaming. Juggernaut Boss Alt has really great guitars and an overall infectious energy, and Genesis Retake Dark is a really cool closing track that reimagines Genesis Retake Light in a way that brings the album full circle. Again, I haven't played anything Binding of Isaac related and probably won't in the near future, but this soundtrack album is very solid. The tunes are very atmospheric and catchy, and you can see how they would work in a video game. Whether you're a fan of The Binding of Isaac or unfamiliar with it like me, give this album a listen, it's pretty good.
Now come on, come all to this tragic affair. Wipe off that makeup, what's in is despair.
I have no experience whatsoever with My Chemical Romance. I've heard some people joke about them, but I've never really listened to any of their songs or albums, so I'm going into this completely blind. And as someone who has no experience with My Chemical Romance, Black Parade is really good. It's like if you combined the punk energy of American Idiot with the theatricality of the Normal album. The ironically named opening track, The End, is a very cool song with really nice guitars, enjoyably passionate vocals, and a ton of awesome atmosphere. This Is How I Disappear has absolutely fantastic guitars and is incredibly energetic and cool. Welcome to the Black Parade really embraces the album's theatricality, with really cool twinkles, awesome marching drums, singing that feels like a play, and an overall musical vibe. Cancer and Sleep both have amazing pianos and insanely passionate vocals. Disenchanted starts out with very nice, relaxing guitars and devolves into very vibrant rock production, and the vocals are awesome. House of Wolves has awesome drums, enjoyably theatrical rock vocals, and a very infectious energy. And Blood is a very nice closer with plink plonky pianos, really enjoyable and cool vocals, and an overall sense of fun. The Black Parade is a really good album that has an enjoyably theatrical flair, enjoyably rocking vocals, and very interesting lyrics. This was a really good introduction to My Chemical Romance, and if the rest of their discography is like this, then I'll check it out.
I have become so cold, so numb, load up my gun, I'm out for blood.
Fake Blood is a really good pop punk album. It has a lot of energy and is full of some really jammin' tunes. The title track is a really good opener with a ton of intensity, really good vocals, awesome guitar riffs, and a bit of a Bowling for Soup vibe. Out for Blood just straight up slaps with infectious production and earwormy as hell chorus, a high energy that makes the song impossible to head bop to. Blood Blister has a fantastic guitar riff. Moths in a Lampshade is a very cool song with soothing production, soft vocals, and really interesting lyrics. Asking For It has absolutely fantastic drums, incredibly energetic vocals, and really enjoyable lyrics. Low Hanging Fruit is incredibly catchy with adrenaline-filled production, energetic vocals, and really infectious lyrics. Rats in a Bucket is incredibly toe-tapping with very snappy production, enjoyably crisp vocals, and pretty cool lyrics. Cut My Losses has an awesome guitar riff, a ton of bombast, and really interesting lyrics. Asking For It is very energetic and enjoyable, and The Choking Game is a very nice and relaxing closer that combines the bombastic energy of the album with a nice and soothing instrumental that helps everything settle down. Fake Blood is a pretty enjoyable album. It's not one of the most complex albums I've ever heard, but it's pretty fun with some good production, energetic vocals, and interesting lyrics. I'll definitely check out more from Heart Attack Man in the future.
Like crazy, foolish, stupid, party going wild, fist pumping music, I might lose it, glass to the roof, how we lose it.
I like Flo Rida. While he does make bad songs on occasion like Whistle and Zillionaire, the dude has a likable Macklemore-esque charm that really makes him an enjoyable presence. And his 2012 album, Wild Ones, is a perfect demonstration of that. The title track is really good, with fantastic production, Flo being incredibly fun and energetic, and a fantastic performance from Sia that reminds me of when she was associated with Good Music, and not one of the 3 most insultingly awful films of last year. Good Feelings is nostalgic in all the best ways, with its really good sample and embracing of early 2010s-ness. Let It Roll is insanely fun and has a ton of charisma and an awesome sample. I Cry is a really cool song with great production and incredibly fun vocals and an interesting vibe. Thinking of You is very toe-tapping with really enjoyable production, nice and soft vocals, and good lyrics. Sweet Spot is a very nice collab with a soothing instrumental and good vocals from Flo and J-Lo, and Run has great production, an infectious Flo Rida performance, and Red Foo is a welcome addition. Although the references to Party Rock Anthem and Sexy and I Know It do verge on Baby We Can Stay Fly Like a G6 levels of forced. Oh yeah, and Whistle sucks. It's a stupid song, devoid of Flo's fun charm. It's the only bad song on the album, and it deserves to be forgotten. So yeah, Wild Ones is a really good album. It's a pretty solid LP that's early 2010s in its purest form. There are a ton of awesome bangers, Flo's charisma is on point, and the features and samples all work. If you like party music or are feeling nostalgic for the early 2010s, give this album a listen. I don't really know what's going to happen to Flo Rida's career, but I'm open to him releasing more music, especially if it's as good as this.
Look around in auto sound. You see your bodies. Great few feet on the ground.
I don't have that much experience with Remo Drive, but if this is their debut, I'll definitely check out more of their stuff. The opening track, Art School, is very anthemic and enthusiastic, with infectious percussion and really enjoyable vocals. Summertime has really infectious and cool guitars and relaxed vocals. Crash Test Rating is incredibly fun with its passionate vocals and incredibly rockin' production. Hunting for Sport has really toe-tapping production, fuzzy guitars, and nice vocals. Trying to Fool You has incredibly rockin' and energetic production, soft vocals, and an awesome guitar riff. I'm My Own Doctor has incredibly infectious guitars, awesome drums, cool lyrics, and really passionate vocals. The guitars on Strawberryta absolutely rule. You're Killing Me is very fun, has great vocals, and has an infectious energy, and Name Brand is a pretty enjoyable closing track with nice guitars, alright vocals, and decent lyrics. Greatest Hits is a solid album. While it's not one of the most amazing things I've ever heard, it is very solid for a debut album. The production is incredibly energetic, the vocals are good, and the lyrics have a unique charm to them. I'll definitely check out more from Remo Drive.
Sitting on plays, counting my plays, roll a few J's.
I love Snoop Dogg. The man is incredibly likable, relaxing, and has been a part of some of my favorite songs, from Hangover to Young, Wild, and Free to Smile Living My Best Life to Big Subwoofer. And his 2021 album, From the Streets to the Suites, is pretty fun. The opening track, CEO, is really enjoyable, with an incredibly fun beat and Snoop's laid-back charm. Gang Signs is very atmospheric and catchy, and Snoop absolutely kills it. Sittin' on Blades is very relaxing and summery. Get Yo Bread Up has a very toe-tapping beat, and Snoop sounds really good. Roaches in My Ashtray has a really good beat, and Snoop's laid-back flow really adds to the vibe of the song. Fetty in the Bag has a relaxed and energetic beat, and Snoop's flow really matches. Look Around is a very odd song, but it's also very cool with its unusual beat and Snoop's interesting flow. And Left My Weed is a really enjoyable closing track with a relaxing, dreamlike quality, calming vocals, and really enjoyable lyrics. From the Streets to the Suites is a very fun album. It's incredibly relaxing, breezy, catchy, and an overall enjoyable listen. I don't really know if I consider this album Snoop Dogg's best, but it's still a fun album to listen to if you want something chill and laid back. Great work, Snoop Dogg.
I'm the young Santa Claus, put respect on my name. Put nitrous in my sleigh, now my spit flames.
I hate the Paul brothers. They're basically the male versions of the Kardashians. Arrogant, unlikable people who are only famous because they're famous. So since I hate the Paul brothers as people, I stayed as far away from their music as possible. But today, I'm going to be taking a look at Jake Paul's 6-song Christmas EP, Litmus. And what a shocker, it sucks. The title track is absolutely hilarious, but not in the way Jake Paul intended. The first time I heard Litmus the song, I laughed hysterically because of how awful it was. It's that bad. Everything about it, from the jingle bells / trap production, to Jake's laughable rap skills, to Slim Jimmy's guest verse, to how off the beat everything is, to the ridiculous lyrics. This song is just hilariously idiotic. As for the rest, the opening track, 12 Days of Christmas, is a corny and obnoxious 12 Days of Christmas parody. Deck the Halls is obnoxious garbage that rivals the Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito film of the same name for worst thing that has the Deck the Halls title. Fanjoy to the World has decent production, ruined by obnoxious trap skitters, garbage lyrics, and Jake Paul rapping like a little boy hopped up on Mountain Dew and Pixie Sticks. Jingle Pauls rivals the title track for most unintentionally hilarious song on the EP, as the limp production combined with Jake not even attempting to be on beat is comedy gold. And then we have a Christmas-themed version of Jake's most infamous song, It's Everyday Bro. Even ignoring my bias towards the Paul brothers, the original It's Everyday Bro is not a good song. Jake's flow is amateurish, the production is generic, and the lyrics are really bad. And It's Christmas Day Bro is basically the original with different lyrics and some jingle bells. So there's no real difference. Litmus is one of the most enjoyably awful projects I've ever heard. While Brother is a project that's so bizarre, backwards, and surreal that it's fascinating, Litmus is a project that falls down the stairs, bonks its head on each flight of stairs, and is proud to have done so. Every song on this thing is so awful that it circles right back around to being funny and really solidifies how useless Jake Paul really is. If you want some bad music to laugh at, give this thing a listen, but otherwise don't even bother. Now let's end the video by talking about an album that's actually good.
Look at the sky, we're still here. I'll be alive next year.
While I had previously never heard of Porter Robinson, I heard a lot of people praising his second album, Nurture, and after listening to it, it deserves all the praise it's gotten and more. The opening track, Lifelike, is an absolutely gorgeous instrumental track with lovely strings and a nice, soothing vibe. Wind Tempos is incredibly ethereal with some of the most unique and captivating production I've heard, and nice vocal samples. Mirror is very catchy and nice, and has really good vocals from Mr. Robinson. Look Up at the Sky has very relaxing and toe-tapping production, and Porter Robinson's voice is so soothing. Mother is an absolutely beautiful piece of glitchy magic with vocals that are pillow levels of soft. Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do is just so relaxing and lovely. Get Your Wish has an incredibly satisfying instrumental and some absolutely gorgeous vocals. Musician is incredibly energetic and cool and has lovely soft vocals. Sweet Time is very atmospheric and soothing. Something Comforting is the perfect blend of relaxing and trippy with some truly phenomenal production. Dulcite is another incredible instrumental track with absolutely transcendent production, and Trying to Feel Alive is a nice, breezy, and relaxing closing track with a nice, calming atmosphere that still manages to be very creative. Nurture is just such an awesome experience. There truly is no album like it, with its unique production blend, creative and earwormy samples, and soothing relaxingness. I don't always agree with the popular consensus, but they are definitely right about this album. Nurture is an amazing album that I wholeheartedly recommend, and it's also a great album to end this video on. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned next week for my review of Oliver Tree's sophomore album, Cowboy Tears. Adios.